one of the things that I really enjoy about our photography program is that we allow students to get as much experience in the field as they can before they leave campus. And one of the ways we do that is we have all of our students complete an internship. And since we're a smaller program, we have the great advantage of really tailoring those internships to what students enjoy and where their interests are. And so for some, that means looking at commercial photography, for others, sports photography, or others in a gallery. And we've had some really exciting internships lately. We had a student this summer go to Boston and do an internship with a food photographer. And she got to learn how the gallery works and what it's like to be in a very commercial setting. Another student went to New York City and worked with a fashion photographer. And she got to learn how to interact with models and what it's like to work with a client. And then we had another look at the other end of the spectrum and went to the Center for Photography at Woodstock and got to work with visiting artists there. And our furthest intern so far has gone to South Africa. And he got to work with a program called Oceans Campus and photograph wildlife. And he came back with these beautiful photos of elephants and zebras and tigers, all kinds of crazy things. And he even did an underwater video of sharks. So depending on the risk of the student and what they're willing to do, they can really go kind of anywhere they're interested in for their internship. And our goal with the internship is for students to make connections in the field. And one of our recent grads has done just that. Mimi graduated in 2014, and she found her niche in sports photography. And so she did her intern with the Syracuse Chiefs, and she took every opportunity she could with it. It was usually an internship, it's a short summer internship, but hers lasted about a year and a half. And she ended up being able to go to Florida to photograph spring training, which she used for her senior show. And she just moved out west, and she's now photographing for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So her internship really turned full circle, and she was able to find her specific interest in photography out of it. My favorite place on Caz is the basement of Reisman, and that's where all of our photo facilities are housed, and it's where I spend most of my time when I'm here on campus. And it's a great facility, especially for a smaller campus. We've got an impressive amount of opportunity to kind of work in all aspects of photography. We've got our digital labs, which are all set up to print off of large format printers. And then across the hall, we still have a darkroom. And we are committed to keeping film within photography. And our darkroom is able to print on 35mm film, medium format, and large format. And we also have a separate darkroom that's just for alternative processes. So students get to work with historical techniques and print on metal and wood and cloth, all kinds of surfaces. And the fun part is seeing what students can do with that. Last semester I had a student who constructed his own pinhole camera, but rather than a typical camera, it actually had 6 sides to it. And so it was able to capture a full panorama, 360 degrees. And once he took the photos, we scanned them, and he printed it 3 feet tall by 15 feet long. It was huge. It covered the whole hallway. So we've done some really fun things. This semester already, I've had students in my alternative process class printing on all kinds of crazy materials. We had some on edible rice paper, others on coffee cups, and even on French fry boxes. So the possibilities are really there, depending on where the students' interests are. And then my favorite part of the facility down here is the room we're in right now, which is our lighting studio. And this is a fantastic space. It's huge, and it's fully equipped. We've got strobes, we've got hot lights, we've got LEDs, we have tripods, large format cameras, medium format cameras, all the equipment that you need to create a controlled lighting situation. And we've photographed it all down here, from average portraits to fashion shots. We've done product photography, working with tabletop stuff, doing food. We had a student grow mold and photograph it, and we've even hung chairs from the ceiling in here to take pictures. So there's a ton of creative potential because our space is really well established.